Hey guys, it's Annie. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be testing Il Makiage foundation. So this is going to be an Il Makiage After Party foundation review. I heard that this is the best full coverage foundation for oily skin. Not trying to do that crazy full coverage foundation trend, but I just want a great coverage foundation without it being cakey, so let's see if this is it. Before we get started, guys, this is a non-sponsored foundation review. This is almost like a Instagram made me buy it type of situation. I just saw so many ads for this, and Carly Bible is the person who introduced me to this. Not her personally, but like her videos. She just loves Il Makiage foundation. So I actually did a review on the Il Makiage Woke Up Like This foundation. If you guys wanted to see that one, I'll have it linked in the description down below for you guys. That was a really good foundation. But yeah, so let's review the After Party. This is the actual foundation here, and it comes in a pump. So I tested this on my hand, that's why you're gonna see a little bit on the dropper there. It says that you only really need one pump, which I don't know how I feel about that. I think I'm gonna do two and start with that. So I'm not touching my skin, I'm just going like that. And then I'll do one like over here or something. I'm just using a dry sponge. Dry sponges just always work really well for me. I've used damp sponges in the past. I talk about this in every video, so I'm not gonna like over explain it, but this is just what works best for me. This is the Morphe sponge. Holy shit. This is definitely full coverage. Holy crap. Trying to spread this out here. Oh my god. So for starters, this is definitely a little darker than I need. This is a shade 55, by the way. I forgot to say that. 055. But I feel like by the time I apply concealer and everything, it'll probably even out. Wow, I cannot believe how full coverage this is. Another thing to note is that I don't think that there's a fragrance. At least I don't smell one, so it's not anything strong. I always state that because I have a real issue with fragrance because I get really bad migraines. So I always like to state that just in case you guys hate fragrance as well. It's actually kind of hard to find a foundation that doesn't have fragrance in it. It does feel like it's drying down on the skin really quickly, so I feel like I'm in a race against time to try to get all these areas fully covered before it dries on me. I'm just gonna use a little tiny bit on my sponge just for the bottom half of my face and my neck. I think I would have been fine if I just worked a little faster and was able to blend it down to my chin in time. I can't believe how little of this foundation you need, which is a good thing because this is a pretty pricey foundation. I believe this is $44, which is very competitive with high-end makeup brands, so it's not that crazy, but it's definitely worth it with how little you need. Especially if you're like me and you don't normally spend that much on a foundation. Wow, my skin literally looks airbrushed. I can't even believe this. No wonder this is the Instagram foundation. Now that the foundation is done, I'm gonna head off camera to do some concealer, set my face, and pretty much just finish the rest of my makeup. I'll check back in with you guys just to show you the end result of how everything looks all blended together, like all my makeup finished. And then I'll follow up with you guys in probably about 5 hours after that, just to do a little wear test. So I'll be back. Alright guys, this is the rest of my makeup finished. I didn't do my eyelashes yet because I'm filming another video right after this one on the new Benefit mascara. It's like a magnetic mascara. I forget what it's called. I don't have it up here. Where the hell is it? But anyway, everything blended really seamlessly on top of it. My other products didn't get all muddy. Sometimes that happens when you're trying a new foundation. Sometimes your contours and powders and blushes and things like that won't go over top of it nicely. I don't know if you've ever had that issue. I feel like I deal with that a lot. But no, everything looks really good. I'm not gonna lie guys, when I first applied the foundation, I was like, this feels cakey, but after I have all my powders on, everything else on my face, it really doesn't feel cakey at all. Like I know that I'm wearing foundation, like it feels like I'm wearing foundation, but it doesn't feel heavy, which is what I was really worried about, but I like it a lot. Everything still looks really flawless. It looks like a filter. I just still cannot believe only like 2 drops covered my entire face. Like you guys saw, I obviously had to use extra because it was drying down, but it really covered, like 2 drops like covered my entire face and neck. So I will see you guys in, I guess like 4 or 5 hours. Right now it's almost 4 o'clock. So I'll follow up with you guys at 8. Then we'll see how it's holding up. I hope it holds up because I have high hopes for this foundation. Just, okay, anyway, but yeah, I'll be back. All right, guys, it's actually 8 o'clock on the dot, so it's been exactly 4 hours. I think this looks really good still. You can see that some of my oil is accumulating in areas where I just get oily naturally, but I feel like just a quick dab away and it'll look great. Let me actually try. So I just have a paper towel here. I mean, that's all you really need. I think it looks really good. And I have really oily skin. I forgot to mention that. That probably should have been one of the first things I told you guys. I have really oily skin. But I especially have oily skin right around, I guess my T-zone is like super, super oily. Okay, I just touched up my lips real quick because they're bothering me. But I want to read a little bit about this foundation for you guys because I forgot to do that earlier. Every time I wind up batching videos, I forget everything that I'm doing. I did 3 other videos today, so I don't know if I said that already. But anyway, okay, so this foundation comes in 50 shades of all skin tones. Full coverage foundation with all day breathable, comfortable wear. Advanced, long-lasting formula. Won't fade, fluff, shift, cake, or crease. It's sweat-proof and humidity-proof. Blurs pores, fine lines, imperfections with advanced soft focus powders. Natural matte finish, looks like skin but better. Mattifies skin and absorbs excess oil and shine without drying you out. It's paraben and phthalate free, gluten free and alcohol free, dermatologically tested. It's vegan, 100% cruelty free. It's funny that it says it won't crease because this brought me back to a point that I meant to share with you guys. In between the stage where you're applying your foundation and then you need to go in with a powder to set everything, I normally get really creasy in my eyes and on my forehead. It gets so creasy in those areas that I always have to blot over them with my sponge before I go in with powders. It's like the last area that I have to blot to get the creases out for like the millionth time when I'm blending. And I didn't have that issue at all with this when I was applying it. As you guys saw, I mean, the foundation was drying pretty quickly, so that's probably a big reason for that. But yeah, I have a really creasy forehead and I feel like it didn't settle into my creases. It looks really good. Obviously, I can go like this and you can see the creases, but you can't it's not making an indent in the actual foundation. And I typically get creases around my mouth and I don't see that happening right now. This foundation does look like you're wearing makeup. I wouldn't say that it's cakey, but it's a little bit heavier of a vibe than the Woke Up Like This foundation. That's also Il Makiage. I have a review on that one if you want to see that video. I probably already plugged that video like a million times while making this video. But just in case you didn't know about it and just in case I didn't say anything, but I feel like it's definitely doing a good job at blurring my pores. You can still see some of them around this area because I just have big pores in that area, but for the most part, they look really good. And it did keep away most of my oil. I do have a very, very oily face, like I said, and it looks great to me. Especially after 4 hours, I mean, this looks really good. This foundation is $44, but I really do think it's worth it, guys. I mean, look at this. So this is the tube right here. You really only need about 2 pumps of this. You might even need 1 pump if you just want to spread it out throughout your face, if you're not somebody who needs a whole lot of coverage, but you want something that will cover it with a small amount of product. This would be a really good one. I love testing overly sponsored products for myself. That way I can actually see if it's good or not. I feel like it's so hard to be able to trust people on YouTube, so I hope that you guys can trust my opinion. I mean, the results kind of speak for themselves. That's why I like doing wear tests as well, so that you guys can really see. It's kind of, I guess you can fake that and just say it's been like a couple hours, but I feel like the wear and tear on your face doesn't really lie. But this has been my Il Makiage foundation review. I hope that you guys liked it. Make sure to give me a like if you did. That really helps me out. Or throw me a dislike. That also helps me out. Let me know what you think of this foundation, and like I said, I do have another Il Makiage foundation review. I'll list that in the description down below, just in case you care. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Oh, also, what do you think of this makeup look? I've been doing this recently and I just feel it's just like a subtle like eyeshadow wing. It's almost like the fox eye, except for I'm not doing the inner corners too. But I just feel like it's still a natural look, but like a little something extra. Okay, love you guys.